a couple of quarterbacks named starters that are of significance for OU because play a couple of these teams. Got to start with this one, man. Steve Sarkisian named Quinn Ewers Texas's starting quarterback. Well, it really wasn't Sark that named him. It was John Bianco, who is a fantastic SID for Texas. But I guess the way that this went down, they had some media availability with a few players. Then Bianco kind of just popped out and said, "Hey, I got a message from Stark. Ewers is the starter." And that was that. That's one way to do it, Ted.
It's so strange. Now, it's really weird because the night before, it was being reported everywhere that Hudson Card had won the job and was going to be named the starter. Now, that wasn't reported from anyone official, anyone from the Longhorns, I guess people that cover the program. And then it comes out in this very strange manner the next day. It's so weird. I don't even understand. I don't understand why you would ever name a starter that way. That seems like a weird way to do it. Is Sark avoiding confrontation or avoiding questions? Like, why would they do it that way?
I was very perplexed as to why they would do it that way. Now, I don't know if it was a coincidence or not, but supposedly Texas was having a scrimmage this weekend and there were going to be a bunch of big donors there. Now, it was not open to the public or to any of the media people, but I guess there were going to be some big money people there. I don't know if that played a factor. I know a lot of people want to say, "Hey, this is Sark being told what to do by Texas donors." I don't think that is the case, but it is a really weird way to name a starting quarterback, especially when you know how much attention this race, this competition has gotten. I know you're right. It's strange. Is this his way of trying to be like low key about it? Like, hey, I'm going to send out the SID to tell you guys. Like, I don't know. It's bizarre.
Well, I don't know. So Quinn Ewers put out something like the day before, like something big is coming, right? Did you see
Yeah.
that? And was that he was going to be announced the starting quarterback, or was there something else that he put out afterwards? I never
I
saw the end of that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people assumed it was like some type of NIL deal.
Right. But there
And
no announcement came, right?
yeah, I never really, I don't think the T's got paid off.
So I'm wondering if like Sarkisian was maybe pissed that he did that. And like in order to maybe like undercut it, be like, okay, well, we're not doing a big announcement. Here's how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna leak it, have the SID announcement. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why they would do it that way. I have no idea. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's strange. And I will say this. It's what we all wanted. I I certainly know I want to see Quinn Ewers this year. Right. A guy that was the number one recruit and then did the reclassification thing, had the weird stop at Ohio State, but I want to see him play. Like, and that's no offense to Hudson Card, but I want to see this guy. I want to see what he's got. And just from the things I've been told, some of the things I've seen from him, there's no doubt he's got some arm talent, but we'll see if the consistency when it comes to the decision making is there. And also one thing to note about him, the guy does not move particularly well from what I've seen.
Right.
So if you end up having to start a couple of young offensive linemen there at Texas, right? A couple true freshmen, even though they're really, really talented. Like the Banks kid, from what I've been told, the dude can play now. Like he absolutely can. But a quarterback that doesn't have a ton of mobility when you're starting a couple of true freshman offensive linemen, possibly. I don't know. Just doesn't seem like a good mix, man.
No, it doesn't. And I, whether it's Quinn Ewers or Hudson Card, I don't really care as long as it's one of those two. Because the best quarterback that they have on their roster is Malik Murphy. I do not want to see that kid. He's going to be a big time player. I'm guessing he's going to transfer after this season with Arch Manning coming in, and if Quinn Ewers wins the job, I imagine he's going to transfer out. He's going to go somewhere, and he's going to be something special.
Yeah, we'll see. The guy's definitely got some athleticism and size, like all those things. He's got a lot of good intangibles. So yeah, who knows what ends up happening with him. So the Texas quarterback situation has been addressed, which takes us to the Nebraska quarterback situation, because Scott Frost named Casey Thompson the starter at Nebraska. And just being honest, man, he was good before he hurt the thumb last year. I mean, he was
us.
He was throwing it all around the yard before he injured that thumb, and he was pretty dang solid. And I know I've got my bias, with my relationship, played with his brother. Like, I want to see Casey do well, and I'm very happy for him. Right? Was it easy for him to make the decision to transfer out there and ends up winning the job? I'll be straight up. I hope he plays awesome all season long, except for week 3. I hope OU gets after him. But other than that, I want to see this kid play well, because one thing I really like, and I think he's a good player. I think he's really talented, but I just really respect the way that he's gone about his business, right? His time at Texas, how he handled that situation last year, being the starter, not being the starter, being the starter again, and you're just transferring, didn't say anything disparaging about Texas, just got to Nebraska and worked and won the job. I like how he goes about his business, and I hope he plays well, Ted.
I think he will. I'm interested to see what he does in Whipple's offense. Going to throw it way more than Nebraska's probably been used to. I'm sure that there'll still be some influence there from Frost on the running game and everything, but it's going to be interesting. Venables got to see Whipple's offense last year, defended them pretty good, so we should have a pretty good understanding. But yeah, he's athletic. He's got a good arm. He's accurate. He's everything that you want in a quarterback. So I'm with you. I hope he plays great. It would be awesome if they won every single game except OU. Yeah, not only, because he's linked to the state of Oklahoma, obviously, but it's awesome to see someone that transferred away from Texas go elsewhere and have great success. Like that's something that we're all rooting for.
Yeah, and you mentioned Mark Whipple. For those who don't know, he was the offense coordinator at Pitt last year. Went to Nebraska, right? And there are some people wondering, can Casey Thompson make a Kenny Pickett-ish like jump under Mark Whipple there in Lincoln? We'll see. I hope it happens. Just I hope it doesn't happen in week 3. That's it.
Well, it's going to be difficult. They had like the perfect storm there. They had great quarterback, best wide receiver in college football last year. Like, there was a lot of ingredients there other than just, the offensive coordinator. But I think he should have a really good go of it. And, we'll see whenever his best wide receiver gets back.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if Casey Thompson's offensive linemen make it to the season, if they've been throwing up as much as Scott Frost says they've been throwing. What was that? And I know he came out on Sunday and said, hey, maybe I was exaggerating a little bit, but still, man, you don't want all of your offensive linemen like projectile vomiting every practice. What are they doing there?
I don't know, but I guess they're getting after it pretty hard with those guys. I don't know. That sounds like a disgusting place to go practice, right? If you got linemen puking everywhere, but I don't know. Hey, it's the Nebraska way, I guess. I don't know.
I played for one of the most demanding men I've ever been around in Kevin Wilson. And there are a couple times where he would kind of overtake our offensive line stuff, right? And we would block each other for like 30 seconds down the field. Like it was awful. And we'd go one-on-one. We'd do this stuff and like all this stuff. I never threw up. Even like the most demanding practice ever. Like now I was really tired. Yeah, like all that stuff. I don't recall ever vomiting during a training camp practice. And we were working our asses off, man.
I've only thrown up from working out one time. And that was my very first day at OU. That is it. Never again. But some guys do it all the time, like every workout. I don't understand it. But hey, I don't know. Donovan Raiola getting into those boys a little bit, I guess.
He is a Raiola.
Yeah.
There's no doubt he comes from a tough crew.
There's no doubt.
He
played at Wisconsin, right?
What are they doing to make these guys throw up all the time? Like I just want to go to a practice.
I don't know. No idea.
I don't know. All right.